Today we're going to go back out to Higley Ponds. I was out there about 7 months ago for the first time and saw a barn owl. Had my R1 and a 200 to 800 with me, trying to be flexible. Got some good shots, but being at f9, couldn't get a great shutter speed, so the detail in the shots was not great. Anyway, we're headed back. We're hoping to get it. Really difficult to get this owl in good light. We will probably shoot hummingbirds and small birds if we don't see the barn owl, which is unfortunately usually the case. But wish us luck. Thanks. Bye. Looks like the ranger's coming down the road here. And when we come down here, we only want to come down just to the edge of the field. They don't want us out in the fields. But I've talked to the rangers before, and they're good with us being just right here at the edge. So we've got a few birds flying over us right now. These are ducks. Probably can't see them in the video, but those are some ducks up there in the sky. Now Aaron spotted a bunny over here. It is kind of illustrating to me just how dark it is out here. Maybe I'll try to shoot a tiny bit of video of it. I can't see it. I lost track of where it was. Oh, I got it now. Holy cow. Actually, believe it or not, it's very clear in the video. That kind of blows my mind. It was super bright, and like to my eye, if I did not know that that rabbit was there right now, I wouldn't even be able to see it. That's probably how it looks on the Osmo, is that you can't even tell it's there. See one larger bird way off in the distance. It's in the next pond over. Saw it flying over there. From this distance, I have no idea. It could have been a owl, a hawk, or more likely a heron. Growing up in Missouri, my mother had books I remember seeing her with all the time from the Audubon Society. She would be on our property in Missouri looking with binoculars trying to find birds, and then she would look in the book, the Audubon Society book, and find out what kind of bird that it was. And I still remember as a kid, that was the most boring thing ever to me. She had the binoculars and she could see the bird, and without fail, from where I was at, I couldn't even tell that there was a bird. There were times I thought maybe she was making it up. And once in a while she'd let me look through the binoculars, but I had no idea how to go find that little speck that was a bird. So I knew that she loved birds, and I knew that she was finding them and identifying them. So I was kind of exposed to that from a young age, like pre-grade school even. But I really didn't enjoy it. And so it's been really weird to experience myself getting more and more into bird photography.
I kind of started doing it because where I live, I'm fortunate enough to be close to some areas that have a lot of birds. So it was easy to practice wildlife photography on birds because there's so many near me. What I didn't expect is just to kind of realize how much I couldn't notice with my naked eye. A lot of these birds move so quickly, or my view of them is so fleeting, such a brief time, that I wasn't really aware of how amazing they look, because they didn't hold still, sitting right in front of me. And their behavior, fishing or catching little insects or whatever they do, I wasn't really aware of that until I started photographing them and especially shooting video. I've found that shooting slow motion video is one of my favorite things of wildlife, because without fail, when I get home and I play back that video, I end up seeing things that I never even knew had happened. And I really have found that I enjoy that. We have seen some coyotes out here, not very often. They're usually in a different area than this, but I have twice total seen a coyote in this field. Is that a hawk? Looks like it to me. So I just saw what looked to me like a hawk out there. Okay. So that was next pond over. Which, that area is actually where I've seen the barn owl most frequently. But currently it's more wet. I think though, what do you think, Aaron, about going over there to try?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna put this camera back onto my chest. Let me get it strapped in. And then we'll hike over to that other pond and maybe we'll have better luck. So yeah, in the underbrush around here, there's almost always some quail. They are fast, those quail. They'll come out in the open and run across this little trail, and they are full tilt speedy. Now, this stretch of this trail is where we can very consistently see some hummingbirds. I also often see quail and other small birds that I don't know how to identify yet, all along this trail. So we'll probably do that when there's some more light. So let's see, we are now in 120 frames per second 4K mode, and I'm able to get with a 180 degree shutter, I'm able to get ISO 2500, which is plenty good. So we have a video mode that's great if we need it, if we see something. And then for photo, I can now bump up to an 800th of a second. And where are we at? We're at like ISO 10,000-ish, at least on that bright, well-lit mud out there. So I think, in my judgment, we're now well past the general odds of seeing a barn owl. Aaron, let's go down this way. I think we're going to try for some hummingbirds and other small birds and move on from the barn owl now. You see something, Aaron?
A hummingbird.
I don't know if this will show up in the video, but that's what I'm after, that gorget there. That's what I was getting a moment ago. So I'm just kind of watching both sides. Oh, I think I see a bird, Aaron. Might be a hummingbird up here on this. I think it's a hummingbird, bud. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to pick a background that I like. I just got a text from one of my favorite photographers that I see out in these places, Angela, wishing us a happy new year and a wonderful 2026. She's a wonderful person to photograph with. She travels so much, I'm very jealous. This is a gorgeous hummingbird, but it would not sit still. I did get some video though earlier, just a little bit earlier, of some little tiny birds. Let's see one now again. Yeah, it's in the same spot. I'm really hoping though for some hummingbird photos. I can see hummingbirds, but they just... Oh my gosh. Absolutely gorgeous background behind this bird. It's turned away from me though. If it would look at me, I think this would be an amazing... But yeah, getting focus on its eyeball. Holy cow. I might have just gotten some photos of him. He's mostly just got his back to me. But Aaron, I think we've been here long enough. The birds are trusting us more. Do you agree? Because I feel like they're staying on the branches closer to us a lot more frequently right now than when we first sat down. I just wish what's probably going on with the hummingbirds is that there's all these other little birds in the tree. So the hummingbirds probably don't feel comfortable to just sit there for a while. But we don't have all those little birds. Oh, he's right here. Gorgeous background behind him. Oh. I think some of those may have turned out really good. this little tiny bird, I got really only a glimpse of it. With just my eyes, I couldn't see it really at all, other than that it was a small bird. With my camera, because I have such a zoom, a 600 millimeter lens, I can zoom in. I could see that it was a really cool looking bird to me, but it was moving around so much I couldn't get a clear view of it. And so that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, is that I want to take its picture because then I can go home and actually see this bird in a way that I literally cannot with my eyes. I'm just not able to see at this distance that tiny, tiny little bird that's moving so fast. I can't get a good look at it with my eyes. So I would love to get photos of it, or especially some video of it, just so that when I get home, I can see it and really look at it. And that's kind of the part of bird photography that is appealing to me, because it lets me see things that I cannot see just with my eyes. Morning. You ever seen the barn owl out here?
I have seen a couple owls and an eagle even.
An eagle, wow.
And we saw some fluvius ducks. I would never have known, but the other people were looking at them. I'm like, what are you looking at?
I don't even know what a fluvius duck is right now.
Fluvius whistling duck, it's brown.
Okay.
And I didn't know what it was. But yeah, there was a barn owl, there was a white owl. I guess it's like a
white
great
owl?
owl or something. And then there was a brown one too.
Okay.
2 different times. Oh, it was a while ago I saw them.
Like in the morning or the evening?
It was in the morning, yeah.
Okay.
Early in the morning with my dog, yeah.
Whenever I see the owls here, it's before there's any good light that I could get pictures.
Yeah, and I have to bring him out when it's hot. I have to bring him out early, and that's when I saw him. And the eagle was in the middle of the day.
Okay.
Just sitting out there in the middle of one of those recharge areas that was beautiful white head. I know. I can't believe this is Arizona,
I've never seen an eagle. I don't live here, but I've been out here probably 100 times plus, and I've never seen an eagle.
Well, we've been here for like 8 years. I only saw him once. So
That gives me an idea.
Yeah. But there was also another eagle over in the school parking lot one time too. I got a picture of him too. That's
awesome.
Yeah, but that's it. 6
The memories sometimes are the only part we get to take home.
Good luck finding them. When there's water, there's so many different kinds of waterfowl. I just can't believe we live in Arizona sometimes.
Yeah, it's great.
Right there.
Yeah. Have a great day. Oh, I see hummingbird. Is it get her?
No.
It's on the top up there.
Yeah. No, I see it.
If I move over enough, I think I'll end up having maybe that large tree as a colored background behind this hummingbird. So we'll see what I can do. Trying to find, oh, come on. Yeah, I'm having, so the shot I was trying for looked really good, but as far as the color behind it, but I had to put some other small tiny branches between me and the hummingbird to get that background. I am mostly, aiming at things that are above me. not mostly, but if I have more of that than usual, I am finding my arms are getting tired a lot quicker. Plus, like I said, I'm out of practice because I haven't been out shooting as often as I used to. So probably my muscles have atrophied a little bit compared to where they were. So the good news is, it just means I need to get out in nature more. But the other thing is, it's probably a good, reasonable idea for me to bring the monopod with me, just so that I can do some of those kind of things easier. So you may be thinking, hey, why wouldn't you bring that or a tripod all the time? Well, I have a bad back. I had an injury years back in the early 90s, and my back got hurt pretty bad, and it's never been the same since. I mean, I can do lots of things. I'm very fortunate that way. It's not like it incapacitated me or anything. But since that injury, what I have learned is that if I push it too far, then I end up having to go to a chiropractor just to be able to walk. And it may take me a week or more to get back to what was normal before I pushed it too far. So I don't like doing that. So instead, I try to carry as little as I can in the best way I can. And you've probably noticed that I carry a chair with me, and I sit on that chair a lot of times when I'm taking pictures. That really helps my back a lot. And yeah, I get most photographers don't do stuff like that. They don't need to do stuff like that. But see a bunch of quail up your head. What I have found is if I don't go easy on my back and I end up getting pain, I don't enjoy going out in nature at all, because it hurts. So I just really try now, especially, to go easier on my body so I can enjoy the things I want to do. Being able to be out here with my son, hearing and seeing nature. I don't know if you heard those sounds, but those are the quail.
Yeah.
They love to hide in the underbrush. But yeah, in the last year, I've had a lot of extra time that I have made to spend with my son out here in nature, not here at this particular spot. But just, I've tried to make sure that I allocate time on a regular basis that we can come out. And, you know, we have some times that we don't even take a single picture. And that's okay. We get some exercise, and we get to breathe some fresh air, and we get to see some wildlife and hear the wildlife. It's all good. Anyway, we're almost back to the parking lot. I may take a few more pictures of some of these birds. This is probably our last or second to last tree that we'll try to use for some pictures of birds. But it's been fun. Really, really enjoy coming out here. I know probably anybody watching this video is better at taking bird photographs than I am. I'm just hoping to learn to get better at it, and maybe share a little bit of my journey as I do that. That's really what I've decided to do with this YouTube channel. I know I don't have anything to offer as far as, there's billions of other YouTubers that are already great bird photographers, but maybe somebody in 5 years might enjoy seeing the little bit of progress that I might make between now and then, and be inspired to get out there. Maybe somebody else with a bad back can take some of my ideas and be able to do this.
Wait, Dad!
Instead of...
Dad! It's a coyote.
There is a coyote out here that my son just found. So I'm going to immediately switch to video, and I'm going to switch to crop mode on my video. So I'm going to take a little bit of a risk. So I'm not recording right now. I'm going to put on my 2x teleconverter. So they do run sometimes, but they don't tend to be very afraid of people, at least in my experience. So if we just mind our business and walk over here, I don't think he's going to get scared, and I think he'll generally stay there. These coyotes, no joke, they know how to hide. I think I know where he is. Yeah, I got him, Aaron.
Where?
He's laying completely down.
I see him now too.
But yeah, he's just laying there. So I'm going to go ahead and take the teleconverter off and head back. GranDTL signing off. We'll film more later, another time.